And we are live. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to the After Hours show. Everybody's got some kind of drink that we're having.
Nothing fancy.
Mm-hmm. Yummy, yummy. And one of our future co-hosts is joining us today. Our other future co-host, she is actually having a live thing with her patrons tonight, so she won't be able to join us. So I guess without further ado, let me introduce you to one you may recognize. It's Amy.
Hello, how's it going?
So good. Hi. How are
Amy
you?
will be one of our co-hosts for the next round of SeasonAthon. For the season round, as well as Stephanie from Stephanie's Bookverse. Oh, yay! And Miss Becca, she's already called dibs on Merry Bookmas 2026.
Whenever she comes out with her new book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a good time. Did you watch the author chat, Amy?
I didn't get a chance to. I gotta be honest. I have a migraine, so I'm a little. I don't know how long I'll be able to hang. Because
I was gonna ask how you're feeling after all of your illness.
I've been sick since the end of September, and it just feels like it's never ending. But the migraines, I don't think it's connected. But I also think I have a bit of a sinus infection that's like continuation of COVID. So
Oh no!
I just don't seem to be able to get better lately.
Poor thing. Yeah, I watched you just kind of go down with your
I feel
health.
like I was with you with all your vlogs. I was just like, oh, Amy.
It feels like yesterday I was feeling a lot better, and then today I've been feeling a lot worse. But then I started getting the migraines, and I'm like, I don't feel like I can get better. So I'm sorry if I'm a bit of a downer.
Oh, it's okay. I just recently got over a migraine that lasted probably like a week, and I was just like, I can't function. I can't do anything. So I think you're doing great for the fact that you went through COVID and all.
And how's your mom?
She's doing really good. She had her shoulder replaced 2 days ago, and the pain started last night because she had a nerve block, so she was numb, and then all of a sudden last night the pain really started kicking in. But today the pain's been managed really well, so we're just both broken.
We're just falling apart. Oh goodness. Well, hopefully everybody will start feeling better soon, one way or another.
My goal for 2024 is wellness, and I'm like, it's not starting out so well.
Health start.
Yeah,
that's a very understandable goal.
Yeah, it just is ridiculous. It's been ridiculous. I'm a lot tired of it.
Yeah, that's a long time to be sick with one thing after another. So I'm sure you're not going to know what to do with yourself when you're fully healthy.
I was telling my cousins, well, soon, at some point, you're going to have no more congestion. You're going to be well. And I'm like, I don't think I know what that feels like anymore. I think I've completely forgotten what it feels like.
Yeah, it's you take for granted being well. Like when I'm feeling good like this, I have to remember, wow, I'm pretty lucky to not be sick right now.
So how was the live show since I didn't get since I missed it?
It was great. We had a little delay. Well, we were going to do it at 3, and then we had to bump it to 5:30, kind of last minute, because poor Kristen, her car broke down, and she was writing me, and she's like, I could do 3, but I'm gonna have to do it from the parking lot in my car. And I was like, well, what time would be better for you? And she was like, I could definitely be home by 5:30. So we're like, okay, well, we moved it to 5:30 so that she could be at home and not have to sit in her car and do it. But it went really, really well, and we found out the name of the next book and when it's coming out and what she's currently working on, like what will follow that, which will be an adult historical fantasy.
About her. It's based off of her great grandmother's time in an internment camp in Texas.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I think grandmother.
Just her grandmother. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Wow.
Yeah, her grandmother in Texas, yeah.
During World War II. So
Oh, that's rough.
I'm excited for that one.
I am too.
Historical fiction is my jam.
Yeah, I tend to like World War II type historical fiction. I like historical fiction. I don't like the romance though. Like Regency
Historical
romance. Don't like that at all.
That's not.
And for a long time, I kind of just put it all together. I was like, no, I don't like historical. But then I'm like, all of these other historicals that I read, I enjoy. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I like historical. I like it a lot. I just don't like the romance because the things they say, it's just over the top and drives me nuts. I'm just like, no, quit it.
Yeah.
Good afternoon from Australia. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Absolutely. Thank you. Hope you are too.
It's almost the end of your weekend, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Australia's the other way. So, like, isn't
Yeah,
there?
so they're in Sunday right
They're
now.
on January 7th already, yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it was backwards. Like they were just getting started on their Saturday.
No, they're always quite a bit ahead of us.
They're right
Speaking
there.
of Australia, anybody watching Love Island?
No, what is that?
Just me? Okay.
It's a reality TV show.
Tell us about that.
Terrible, but it's so good. It's just drama. These 20-somethings go to this villa and couple up and have fun.
I think I watched like an episode of that, like the first season or something. Me and Marty were having we got into like some stupid like reality TV hole where we were watching all these different kind of couple. Like we watched Ultimatum and we watched the one where they can't see each other.
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind, yes.
I love Love is Blind.
I love Love is Blind too. Yeah.
So we got hooked on those, and then we tried. We're like, let's watch something else when those ended, and then we watched like an episode of that one you were talking about, and we're like, no,
it's probably similar, or even younger, and it's just, it's just an escape.
Is it set in Australia? Is that Love Island?
Well, so there's Love Island USA, there's Love Island UK, there's Love Island Australia. I think Australia is the best, more. But they also have Married at First Sight MAFS, which is huge. She's just saying that too.
Oh yeah, we watched that too, Married at First Sight. Yeah, but it's summer, so it doesn't feel like it.
My other favorites, not so I love Love at First Sight, and then I love Great British Bake Off, and then I love Alone. Those are my three favorite reality TV shows.
Were you happy with who won? Great British.
Oh, yes, I was really I was really, really happy. This season, because he progressed, he was so dynamic. He progressed, but I feel like I love Great British Bake Off all the time, but then some seasons I love the characters even more. Not the characters, the people participating. And this year, I really liked the contestants a lot.
It was such
a lot of them.
I've never watched the Great British Bake Off.
Oh, you have
but
to know.
I've watched Is It Cake? I love Is It Cake?
That's fun.
It's a lot of different things they bake.
And then The Circle. That's like my favorite, probably.
I've never even heard of that one.
You've never heard of The Circle? It's on Netflix. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. It's like you have all these people. They're on like season 5 or something like that. They've already finished season 5. It's already up. And they're all like secluded into their own apartment. And the only interaction that they have with each other is through like The Circle social media. And so they make their profiles, and you can be yourself or you can catfish
Oh, interesting.
and try to play as a catfish. And
Yeah.
and then they have like little challenges to get prizes, and they have like each week somebody gets like voted off, and then they'll get replaced with somebody else coming in, or sometimes somebody will get kicked off, but then they'll come back as a different player, but it's really them catfishing. So they get a second chance. Scary Spice and Baby Spice. I can't remember what their actual names right at the moment. I'm terrible with names. But of the Spice Girls, 2 of them were like a fake catfish character at one point. And if they got called out as being a catfish, like the whole group had an extra $50,000 added onto the pot for the winning or something like that. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And in the end, somebody wins like $100,000 or $150,000. Whoever is the biggest influencer. Like there's influencer of the week and stuff.
There's so many different types of
reality. I also am a Survivor fan.
I never got on that bandwagon, but I know a lot of people that love Survivor and like have watched all the way through.
Yeah, during COVID, I started watching all of the seasons, and now have just continued when they produce more shows. But yeah,
my friend tries to get me to watch all of the Survivor stuff, and she's just like, she goes from one season to another, back and forth, and she's like, oh, but this episode and this episode and this, and she's like, I'm trying to prepare you because we need to be on Survivor, and I'm like, I wouldn't survive.
I know. I always say I want to go on Survivor, but I think I would not do well. I'd be one of the ones who quits after a day.
I would do the Amazing Race. I think that would be fun.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I could honestly, well, not now that I've been sick all the time, but I think if I was to be on any, I would actually probably be on Alone. I could do that.
What?
I mean, I would need to brush up on my survivalist skills, obviously, but I'm the kind of person who could do that sort of thing.
Oh, Alone? Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've even heard of that one. What is that on?
The History Channel, I think. I watch it on something, but I think I watch it on Hulu. But I think it's originally on the History Channel. But I've loved it, and I've watched it, and I don't know, I'm just the kind of person who can take care of things, and I can figure things out, and I can make things work, and I could just see and I think I can handle being alone. So like,
mental break or anything.
Yeah.
People would think that I had a mental break, and it would just be who I am.
But see, that makes for entertaining, right? Entertaining TV.
Between the 2 shows, I ran to get me some food, and I didn't put anything like on the radio. I could have just turned the radio on, I suppose. That would have been a better idea. Normally when I get in the car, I put on an audiobook and I'm listening to it. But after I got my food, I was driving home and I had forgotten to put an audiobook on. And so I'm just like making up stupid songs about being hungry. And I was like, hello from my tummy. You need to put some food in me. As I'm driving down the road. People probably thought I was rocking out in my car when I was just thinking about being hungry.
Nice.
So Mel would be on Amazing Race. I would be on Alone. What would you 2 be on? What's your reality show that you could actually see yourselves going on?
I think I would actually go on Survivor, but the fact of me actually making it through would probably not happen. But like, I've honestly thought about applying.
Really thinking about signing up for it?
Uh-huh. My mother-in-law's like, you wouldn't make it. I'm like, wow, thanks.
I would also strongly consider The Circle, because that show is so much fun. I just don't know if I would. I don't know. I would probably be a catfish. If I were to go on, I would probably go on as a catfish, and not as myself. Or I would be myself, but I would use catfish pictures.
The only shows I watch like that are like Hoarders. I'll put on when I want to clean my house. It's like, okay. Or
But you wouldn't necessarily go on that show.
no, Kitchen
You don't
Nightmares,
qualify.
a Hotel Hell.
Oh, so you go on the disaster ones where like that's not what
Gordon Ramsay.
that's pretty funny.
Pretty sure Love Island started in the UK.
Yeah.
The entire country was addicted. I watched a couple of seasons and was so invested in the drama.
It's such stupid drama, but I live for it. Yeah.
Something I haven't watched in several years now, but I used to watch like every single season, every episode was Big Brother.
Oh,
Loved Big Brother. That was one that I was like, oh yeah, I would totally do Big Brother. But I would not do well with like some of the challenges. Oh, one that I would never do. What's a reality show you would never want to do?
Love is Blind.
What about you two?
that circle one sounds terrible. I hate the idea of people.
I know what you're thinking of, though, Mel. You're thinking of what's that one that where they used to make people eat all kinds of crazy stuff?
Oh, I know exactly which one.
Oh, Fear Factor.
Fear Factor.
Fear Factor.
Yeah, Fear
Yeah.
Factor is
what
the
I'm
one
thinking
that I absolutely wouldn't go on because
Oh, my TV's talking.
I couldn't handle it. Anytime it came to the bug stuff, like eating some weird things I could handle, but it was like the bug things that typically would have gotten me.
Yeah, I loved to watch that show. I
I liked watching it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to be on it.
I think I asked my parents for Christmas like the first season of Fear Factor on DVD or something.
Oh my
That
goodness.
was so cool.
Yeah, that was a fun show to watch, but I would not have. They would, if I had ever considered going on there, it would have been one of the episodes where they had like a spider crawling across your face or lying in a bed of cockroaches or some awful thing like that. And I'd be done. I couldn't. There would be no freaking way.
No thanks.
And if I did make myself do it, I would have nightmares forever. No. Do you have one, Laura?
That would be fun to go on? It'd be like one of those D&D type of shows. Like I think it's D20, Dimension 20.
I've never seen any of those. That sounds fun though.
Why do you think about game shows? I'd go on The Price is Right. I'd go on
Yes.
Wheel of Fortune. I'd go on The Wall. I love good game show too.
I would go on The Price is Right. I would not go on Wheel of Fortune because I would be that person that the answer is obvious and I say the obviously wrong or inappropriate answer. Yeah, I would be a meme for sure.
I love when they make those. They're like, "What is this?" And it looks like it.
I mean, we think it's so easy, but I guarantee you, like when you're up there and you're under pressure and you have the the time constraints and all that stuff, I'm sure it's like super hard, in those moments to like. It's easy to make mistakes like that.
Those Family Feud outtakes or like the wrong answers.
Oh my gosh.
Family Feud would be a fun one. With my family, we'd have fun on that.
Yeah, your family would be fun.
Your
to watch.
family would be a hoot.
They would be so inappropriate. They're laughing in the background right now.
Of course they are.
Fear Factor because I don't have a sense of smell, so I reckon I'll be great.
Oh, good for you. Yeah.
That's clever, actually. Yeah. Smell, I know now that I've lost my smell. Smell has a lot to do with taste, and I could taste anything. Didn't care about tasting anything when I sense the smell was gone.
Xander and Marty both, when they got COVID the first time, they both lost their sense of smell. And Marty could still taste stuff, but Xander couldn't. And it was hard enough getting him to eat anyway. He's like a little thick boy. And so when he said everything tasted like chalk, like everything had like no flavor at all. Yeah. And he just didn't want to eat. But that was actually how I knew Marty had COVID when he first got it. Cause I had his back was hurting. And so I was like massaging his back and I was using this muscle stuff that's really, really strong, potent
I
smelling.
can smell that.
And I was like rubbing it on him. I'm like, whew, this stuff is smelling strong. He's like, I don't smell anything. I'm like,
Oh, geez.
smell my hand. Because it was all over my hand. And he smells and he's like, I don't smell anything. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, we need to make you a test.
I was cleaning off the thermometer with rubbing alcohol, and when I didn't like, but like I could feel a little bit of the fumes, but I couldn't smell a thing. You can't, because COVID actually attaches to the cells in your olfactory, like in your nose and stuff, and it actually kills those cells. So those cells are dead, so you can't actually smell anything, because the cells in that allow you to smell are actually not there. So you have to wait until they grow back, and that's why you can't smell, and you can't smell anything.
My mom's have not grown back. She got COVID like in June of 2020, and
oh no!
I just looked and saw this.
Oh, cute. What is it? Pizza.
He found a pizza box. I was just like, he's just looking at me like, hey, you don't see anything.
In June, though?
Yesterday, so.
Yeah, June of 2020, and she can't smell. Hasn't been able to smell the same since. Yeah,
that's just rude.
Whenever she's around my kids, I'm like, okay, you change their diapers. Hee
Because she can't smell them. I mean, I guess that's a benefit.
Okay.
Well, I could taste, oh, this is sweet. Oh, this is sour. Oh, this is salty. But there was no flavor. Zero flavor, just and it wasn't strong. Oh, okay, I can taste a little sweetness. Oh, okay, I can taste a little saltiness. But there was no flavor attached to it. It could be anything sweet. It could be anything salty. It could be anything sour, and I wouldn't even know the difference.
Yeah, Xander said everything tasted the same to him. It all tasted kind of like chalk.
That's funky.
Says I can taste, but I don't know if it's a different compared to if I could smell.
Yeah. I mean, our taste is really linked closely to our sense of smell.
But I'm loving it. I don't smell bad things, so I feel bad for you guys.
Yeah, that is nice.
I mean, I think I would rather want to smell, even if you do have to smell some not great things sometimes, because there's always there's good things to smell.
Good smells, yeah.
I was missing it a lot, and then today, I'm pretty sure I have a sinus infection. So then today I couldn't smell or taste very much either. And I'm like, oh no, it's going away. Oh no. I don't think it is. I think I'm just really congested. But I was getting really upset because I missed it. I missed not being able to smell. I missed not being able to taste. It's a big, I don't know. I guess for me, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I was a garbage man, it would be a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Or in the case of changing diapers.
Exactly.
Yeah, when COVID started, I was a bit scared if I would get it without knowing it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Possibility. Yeah.
See, I
got a lot of symptoms, so I knew.
Mine was, I thought my brain was going to explode because my head hurts so bad. And
I just get it every fall. So whenever I start feeling sick in the fall, I know it's going. For
Have
some
you
reason,
gotten it every year since
2021. So I've gotten it 3 years in a row.
This was my first time, which is why I think I got it so bad.
Wild.
Yeah.
I think
Good for you for holding out for so long.
I think it messed up my vision because that was one of the ways that one of the first signs that I didn't realize it was one of the signs, because my vision has, I had the laser eye surgery many years ago, and my vision's been perfect since. And we were traveling, and I was looking at the little thing that says the names and the times and all that stuff at the airport, and it was I was having a squint, and my eyes didn't want to focus, and I'm like, that's weird. And that was apparently COVID can mess with your eyes too. And my eyes never quite, at least this one never quite went fully back. So it's I don't need glasses all the time, but I do actually need them occasionally because this eye's worse off than this eye now. But Pretty sure that was
That
because of
COVID.
both times I've had COVID twice, and both times my vision went wonky.
Hmm.
And then now it's just wonky. I've never had it, so I don't know what I'm missing. And because I suffer from migraines, it's one less thing to worry about that can trigger. You know, being that you have migraines and can't smell, you might have had it and don't even realize it.
I never had migraines before the last year or so, and it's actually attached to my menstrual cycle. And like it's changed as I've gotten older, which I know that can, your hormones do change, but I could give back the migraines. I really don't like them at all. I don't like them. I get really nauseous, so that's yeah, it's awful. I don't like it. I'm just like, why is this happening to me? I don't like getting older because I'm not getting the positive benefits of it.
Where's my extra wiseness? Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have said for a long time now, getting old hurts, and it's not fun. And somewhere in the back of my head, I'm still like 16, but then my body says, "No, you're not."
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
Right,
agreed. And yeah, so then I've also had quite a bit of brain fog. So that's the thing that I've been, it's like some days are worse than others. And I'm just not like, none of this stuff is COVID's rough. It can be pretty rough. I was like, and the fact that it's dragging on, I was kind of just ready to be done with everything. Mm-hmm. And my cough has actually gotten a lot better. So at least one thing's gotten better, but everything else, it's just slow. It's slow. And I'm not a very patient person when it comes, because in the past, when I would get sick, I'd get like the 24-hour flu, or I'd get flu for a couple of days and then it would be over. But I've been sick for like 3 months. So I'm just kind of like, I don't have patience for this.
Yeah. Do you have time to rest now, Amy, or do you go back to?
I've kind of been forced to. So like I was gonna sub this past Wednesday, but then I was really not feeling well on Tuesday, and I actually got sick and was like throwing up on stuff on Tuesday night. So then I had to cancel that. So, and my mom just got her surgery. So she's like, don't go back to work yet. So I'm supposed to go back on Wednesday for 1 day of like half subbing, half training, and then maybe a half day on Friday, but we might get snow. So I don't know. We'll see.
Hopefully you can just rest and kick it. And
what it sounds like is you had years of not really being sick, so it just saved it up and built it up so you could give it all at once, and then have months of being sick, and then hopefully you'll have years of not. You just kind of.
I'm holding you to that, Mel. I'm holding you to that.
Pile it all,
because Mel is the decider of your.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you. Well, I've heard that the respiratory sickness, like the cough and the thing that I've had that has been continuous, like not the COVID, but the cough that got worse and got better and got worse. I've heard that a lot of people are getting that, so I'm not the only person. So at least I'm like, okay, well, it's not just me. Because then, you start thinking like, well, what's really wrong with me? Yeah. What else is wrong? Why am I holding on to these illnesses so long? Yeah.
So, Amy, how far away from Seattle is where you live?
On a good day, I'm an hour and a half. On a bad day, I'm 2.5 hours. Depends on traffic.
I was wondering because I'm trying to talk Marty into this cruise offer that I got. So it's like it's a free cruise, but it's a big, long cruise. It's like 29 days.
Oh my goodness.
And it goes from Brisbane, Australia. It goes to several places in Japan. And then it goes to Alaska, and then it ends in Seattle. Wow. And I was like, I think Amy's close to there.
Tell me when you come, and I'll try and make sure I get down there and see you.
It's in 2025. It's like
okay.
I want to say it's like early April 2025.
That's when spring break is. Just saying, I might be able to come depending on work.
I want to say it ends in Seattle around May 2nd or 3rd, something like that.
Oh, May. That's not spring break.
No.
Though. But maybe it depends on what day it is. Gotta let me know, and I'll see if I can come down there and visit you.
I told him, I was like, we'll have to stay for like, because we've never been to Seattle. I was like, we'll have to come and stay for, I don't know, a few days before in Brisbane and a few days after in Seattle before flying home. And I was like, that might make it where we're getting to Australia around the time of Xander's birthday, or maybe right after his birthday, and leaving Seattle around my birthday, because my birthday's May 7th. So I might be around you around my birthday.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. That'd be awesome. I would love that. That would be a lot of fun. Keep me posted.
The only thing is Marty's like, that's a lot of time to get off work.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was calmly listing all my health problems I've been having recently to my mom and her boyfriend last week, and they just looked at me and increasingly concerned. Oh gosh.
Sorry, Bethany.
Not another cruise offer. Yeah, Marty's like, they're not actually free. When you figure we got to fly to Australia, we got to fly home from Seattle, we got to pay for hotels in both places, we got to pay for activities we want to do in the places. He's like, yeah, it's not really free. He's like, they're not charging me. I just have to pay $100 deposit, and they give me that back on credit. Happy 2024. Happy 2024 to everybody.
Yay!
Wow. Pretty exciting, but fast.
Yeah. 2023 flew by. I was going to say 2024 flew by. I hope it doesn't.
Oh,
Tomorrow. It's going to be 2025.
I know.
already.
Oh my
I gotta get well first, because remember, it's the year of wellness, so let's not go too quick.
I know.
Gotta get well, Amy.
This is my year of travel, so I don't want it to like fly by.
That's gonna be so much fun.
My
Oh
baby
my
turns 4.
Wow.
At
Really?
Yeah, Theo turns 4
Wow.
January 30th.
Oh.
Mabel just
He's such a
turned 2, so we have big kids now.
They grow very quickly.
Xander
Very,
turns
They're not as big as yours, Mel. I know, but 4 and 2 is big right now.
year.
Wow.
That's big.
Yeah, it's disturbing. Like, oh, my baby is not a baby anymore, legally.
Yeah.
He's still gonna be living here for like ever. Okay, so for Amy, it's the year of wellness. For me, it's the year of travel. What about you two? What is 2024 the year of for you? And everybody in the audience, what is 2024 like? What are you embracing for 2024? What is your like keyword for 2024?
My word of the year is wings.
Wings.
Okay.
So
Explain.
I have a couple definitions.
Ooh.
Here.
Your bullet journal, girl.
Yeah. So a means of flight or rapid progress. The actor means of flying, an offensive position, a dance move, and to improvise. So I am going to be traveling. I have 3 vacations planned. And I want to make progress on getting my middle grade horror back in the query trenches again, and hopefully get a literary agent this year.
Wow.
So that would be nice.
Where are you going?
To StokerCon in San Diego, which is a horror authors convention, and then Disneyland on that same trip. And then probably to Missouri to visit some author friends, and then back home for Christmas.
Oh, fun. All right, Becca, what about you?
I'm so bad at picking. Like, I know people do like words of the year. I'm so bad at picking. But I feel like presence, like being present. Like grounded and like just I feel like I'm on my phone or like so concerned with what's going on the internet, and I don't want my kids to see me like that constantly. So I think I just need to be more present with them, more present with Willie, my husband, and yeah, presence. Live in the moment.
That's a good one.
get him on the cruise and he can drink in Australia. Well, my husband can drink anyway if he wanted, but he doesn't drink. Xander, on the other hand, if he could, he would. Growth. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I want to quit growing. Many years ago, I stopped growing up and started growing out, and I want to stop that.
Gosh, I just did a
Growth in character this year. Growth in character.
I just did a 2023 stats and reflections video, so I had to come up with all of my stats.
I love that. I love stats. I'll do it for you, Laura.
It was like how many books I read, how many were manga, how many were comics, how many were manhwa, how many were prose, how many stories I got published, and how many anthologies and my own stuff, and how many words I wrote, all my book sales, my most popular YouTube videos. And
You went way more stats than I do. I do pretty basic stats. Like, this is how many books I read, how many pages.
I read more than I thought. So I got 96.
Nice.
Which was nice. I didn't count the short little Kindle romances.
Oh, you should. My mom
I
counts
guess I
those.
should.
Yeah,
She counts those. Yeah, they're books. They're stories.
Mm-hmm. There's one I
reading them for
didn't
research
count, and I
because
should
was writing
have.
my own.
One of the stats I always do is like the shortest book and the longest book that I read, and one of them I didn't put into Goodreads that I read because it's like the book was literally this big, a little zine kind of book, and it was 7 pages.
It's a book.
Yeah.
It's not actually listed on Goodreads though.
Oh,
But I did get it from the author. And
You
I
can
bought
add
other
things
books
to
from the author.
Goodreads.
I can add it to Goodreads. It's called Maiden Mother Crone. But yeah, it's like a little 7
Oh
page.
yeah, that's right. I remember you got it from that lady that you live near. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that counts. She just hasn't put it on Goodreads yet.
But yeah, I was like, I remember reading it when I was playing my Better Book It game, and I got down to the last thing, and I had like no time left, and it was like a short book or something I had to read. I'm like, ha!
there you
7
go.
pages. Took me
The year before I counted picture books because I had to do a whole bunch of picture books. Those are still books.
I do not count all of the books I read to my kids because
I know I've stopped counting picture books for the most part
that would
because
be insane.
Well,
But
I
it's
missed
funny,
at
like,
least
looking
2 for
back.
my count then.
My shortest book in past years has been like in the teens, and this year, not counting the little book, was like 114 pages this year for my shortest thing. I was like, it was a novella. I'm like, that was actually quite long compared to in the past.
Yeah, mine was Amanda Gorman's The Hill We Climb.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 27 pages or something. So
2024 is going to be the year of romantasy. Hey, I got my romantasy reader mug here.
romantic.
Oh, cute.
Speaking of, I'm reading Fourth Wing. Just putting it out.
Oh,
I want to read it.
it's so good. So good.
Is your cousin reading it?
She's read both Fourth Wing and Iron Flame already, so she's like ready for the next one to come out. She's a much faster reader than I am.
Because she just got them. Well, from where we are in the point of the videos, she just got them.
Yes, that's right. She's very fast. I think she kind of thought like, oh, I'm opening these books. I have to read them all right now. So she's read like most of the books. And Mom and I are like, we still haven't read the books from last year that we got. So.
That's amazing. She on top of it.
She's killing it though. But oh my goodness. Is she like, y'all gotta read this?
Oh, she's in love with it. And I was like, okay, 2 out of 3 chances that I'll get these books that I got from Costco because they were the they were the special edition ones. And then Jordan got them, and she loves the series so much. There's no way I'm getting them. And so I went back to Costco, and they don't have them anymore. So it's like I should have got 2 sets. Oh well.
Yeah, I got mine. Oh no, I think I got them from Walmart. Anyway,
I came back from Christmas with 12 new books. It's like,
Dangerous.
I pre-ordered Fourth Wing way before, it came out. And then, but I'm like, I was questioning myself a lot because I'm like, I'm not really a dragon kind of, I'm not really into dragon books. And so I got the beautiful, I got sucked in because of the sprayed edges with the dragons and all that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, so it came in. I had one of these like sought after books.
Original.
And I'm like, I don't need this. And so I took it to Barnes and Noble and returned it.
No.
Yeah. And the girl at the register that I returned it to, she flipped out because she was like, oh my gosh, we don't have any of these. And I wanted one. And so she was like, this is not going back on the shelves. And so I returned it. And I was like, you know what? I don't need it. I knew that one was coming in the Bookish box and I get a subscription to that. So I was like, I'll get it through that. No biggie. And then everybody started reading Fourth Wing and just like going off about it. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm kind of regretting my choice. Okay. And then eventually I read it and I'm like, I wish I had kept that.
Yeah.
And so I ended up buying the special holiday edition. And then I've got the pre-order. I also pre-ordered the one with the sprayed edges for Iron Flame. But yeah, I was like, I had it. And then I got rid of it.
I remember looking at those at the store and being like, these are so cute. I'm like, I don't usually buy books. I'll often just read them first at the library. And then, so I'm not going to get it. But gosh, it's so cute. And then I regret it.
Yeah, I thought too. I was like, no, I would never read this. But the edges are cool.
Mm-hmm. That was kind of like, I really don't need 2 copies of it. This is not my type of book. It is so my type of book. I'm obsessed. So obsessed.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, give me all the talking dragons.
I've heard. Yeah.
There's one book I read from the library. I listened to the audiobook, A Dowry of Blood. And it's like, I need this book, but I want a special edition. I need to find one.
Well, that's what I like to do sometimes because then if I really love the book, then I'm like, well, now I want to get a nice copy or like something that. So sometimes I wait just because I want to get a better copy of it if I love it,
Yeah.
And so, but that was not the case with Fourth Wing. It was a bad choice for Fourth Wing.
Yeah, I was kicking myself, especially when the Bookish box one came in. I'm like, I mean, it's okay. But I really like the other one better. Kicking myself big time. Laura, I'll have to check. I might actually have a special edition I could part with. I'll have to look. I think that's one that I have 2 copies of, and they're both like 2 different special editions. So I'll have to look. But I
Whoa.
might. I'll let you know.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Laura.
No.
Terrell says, how do you feel about millennials and older Gen Zers Gen Zers reading romance these days? I mean,
Well, I'm a millennial.
I'm a millennial.
What's wrong with that?
everybody likes romance, or anybody that likes age doesn't matter, generation doesn't matter. Romance is popular in each generation.
I gotta think about that question. How do you feel about millennials and older Gen Zers reading romance these days? Romance has changed. I can say romance has changed from when I was younger compared to how it is now.
True.
I feel like there's a lot more substance in romance novels these days. Because I was a big, heavy reader of romance when I was younger, like more of the Harlequin romance and stuff like that. And I think it's interesting the direction romance has gone in, including, like Terrell, you were saying, the romantasy and stuff like that. That's such a big direction change for romance, I feel. Not that romance wasn't enjoyable when I was younger, just it was a lot more like so formulaic. And there was a lot less of other genres mixed in with romance, where I think it's kind of cool that romance is taken a bit of a turn so that it's quite a bit more substance.
There's a lot more genre blending nowadays.
Yeah. For 2024, I want to take better care of myself. I've been the frumpy mom for too long now. Need to turn this glow down into a glow up. Yes, girl.
I feel ya, Bethany. Let's do it together.
I've been wanting to do that too, but I feel like I'm not getting better. So I'm like, I don't know. It just feels like I'm just gonna be frumpy forever because I'm gonna be sick forever.
You won't be sick
Can you tell I'm
forever.
feeling bad for myself?
Hopefully, you won't be. I don't think you'll be sick forever.
But I feel you. I've been wanting to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Maybe we can do some of that when I come there, Bethany. Bethany's in the UK, and she's one of the people I'm going to visit while we're over there. And I'm very excited about that.
Cool.
Getting healthy. I already got myself a treadmill. Hopefully, it will stick, if not bring on 2025. If I fail it this year, there's always next year. We hope.
It's a good thing I have a treadmill because I need to walk a 10K in a little bit. It's like, I don't want to do it in the snow.
I got this
I don't have snow. I want snow.
I got this
Me
fancy
too.
exercise bike in here that has like the screen that you can like see your trails and stuff that you're taking, and it comes with like weights and workout programs and all that stuff. Came with the house.
That's cool.
And it's just kind of sitting in a corner, shoved out in the corner, hidden behind some curtains and a chair. I don't want to see it.
Get on it.
I need to get on it, but I don't want it.
This was me earlier tonight. Well, technically it's my dog. So it's all snow out there right now.
Oh,
How cute.
so doggy
cute.
paw prints. That is
Yeah.
so cute. Oh my goodness. That's so cute.
He's adorable. He loves
That's
the snow.
adorable.
My 2024 goal is to become the better person that I was last year. Oh, you're still a good person, I'm sure. Yes, I love the treadmill. I need to get back to using mine.
Mm-hmm.
I had a treadmill until it became a coat rack and a clothing rod, and a place to like hang all of the stuff. And then I sold it for $100
There you go.
because it just sat there taking up space,
Mhm.
much like this bike is doing. My shortest book was Dewdrop. It was 40 pages by the Tea Dragon Society author.
Yep.
Oh,
I know a lot of people like raved over the Tea Dragon Society books. And I mean, I thought they were cute, but I don't know. I didn't like go gaga over them the way everybody else did. I just kind of felt like they were just like, oh, they're fine.
I loved them, but I think I didn't give any of them 5 stars.
I haven't tried them.
I think a lot of they're very inclusive, and so a lot of people really like the inclusivity. They're very cute. Like it's the cute level is pretty high.
Mm-hmm. The art is really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats, Amy, on being co-host of the SeasonAthon again. Mel, can I come back for June, aka my birthday month? I already told you yes. Which of these popular romance authors would you want to auto-buy, read, recommend, or unhaul?
Oh,
Wait,
how
we have
funny!
to
Like
pick one for each.
yeah,
Tessa Bailey, Abby Jimenez, Emily Henry, or Allie Hazelwood?
I've
I've
only
never
read
read
from
any
Emily.
of them.
I've only read from Emily Henry and Allie Hazelwood.
I've read all of them. I really
Okay,
love
you tell
all
us
of
then.
them. I have to
Auto-buy,
choose?
read, recommend, or unhaul.
I would say
Okay.
unhaul, because I think I have unhauled some Tessa Bailey, because just as I was trying to get rid of stuff and it had lower ratings, got rid of Tessa Bailey. Auto buy Allie Hazelwood. Read Abby Jimenez, because I have some books and I have not yet read them. And recommend Emily Henry.
That was really close to mine. I think I'm going to unhaul Tessa Bailey as well. I like it, but it's nothing like super awesome. Auto buy Allie Hazelwood, because I just have everything that she and I honestly auto buy her. But then I think I would recommend Abby Jimenez because I feel like her romance has a lot of substance, and I feel like it could relate to a lot of people. And then I'd read Emily Henry. I mean, I read all of them.
So here's mine. I don't have any Abby Jimenez, so it's okay if I unhaul Abby Jimenez. Cheating.
You need to
I know.
try that, girl. Try it.
I want to, but I don't have anything. But I do have Tessa Bailey, so I don't want to unhaul it if I don't have to. So I'll read Tessa Bailey because I haven't read anything by Tessa Bailey. I will recommend Emily Henry because I think Emily Henry books are easy to recommend, and then Allie Hazelwood is an auto-buy also.
Yeah. Whew.
Let's see.
We
Abby Jimenez.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Abby Jimenez is a Minnesota author, and Part of Your World by her is like my all-time favorite romance.
That's one of them I have. I've heard like everybody raved about that, and so that's one I've gotten, and I'm looking forward to reading.
It takes place in the town where Willie bought my engagement ring.
Oh,
that's really cute.
Well, maybe
that's
it's just
really, really cute.
But I freaking love it. Anyway.
We can all glow up together. Need to get back to working out, eating better, and wearing something other than PJs. Maybe even push it with wearing makeup more than once a month.
I either wear work clothes or I wear PJs. That's it. Those are my two sets of clothing.
It's been a goal of mine to wear makeup every day, at least just mascara, because I have like blonde little mascara or eyelashes and you can't see them. And I've done it.
Wow. Yeah, no, I put in a little bit of effort with some makeup today. Like I just did a little on my brows. I did eyeliner, mascara, and lips. And that's it. And that was just like, I'm so bad about like putting on makeup because I'm like, I can do it, the makeup not take too long, but it's the having to take it off at the end of the night that kills me. Like I just don't want to.
Same. Well, and I go back and look at my old videos, and I wear makeup for so many of the videos in my first few years, and now I don't even wear them for my TBRs or my sit down videos. I don't wear makeup at all anymore. It's just gotten to be a point where I'm just like no effort whatsoever.
People are gonna watch me. Who cares if I'm wearing makeup or not?
Don't like me for my personality, then.
Oh yeah, my vlogs they get completely unmade up. Forget brushing hair. I've just got it pulled back in a scrunchie or something, and
buns.
PJs or leggings. Like I am now. Today I was just like, okay, I need dark stuff to go along with the book.
I'm wearing Spread Love. I didn't even think about matching the book.
Let's see. Melbourne at the moment is so hot, and we will be having thunderstorms for the next 2 days as well. Fun times.
I love a thunderstorm. I mean, maybe not for 2 days, but I do love a thunderstorm.
Good to read by.
Still snowing right now.
We're about to get a cold snap at the end of this week, but we might be getting wind, and I hate wind, and we get really bad wind sometimes. I'm not a wind fan. I love cold. Give me snow. Give me rain. I'm a very happy Washingtonian, but no wind, and we get bad wind sometimes. So I'm kind of bummed about that. Hopefully there won't be too much wind.
The wind makes it worse because it's like it's cutting through you.
Mm-hmm. And we have really big trees, like giant cedars, like all the trees around here are really big. So one branch falls on you and you could be in trouble. I had one spear through my window once. And it wasn't a very big branch, but it's coming from so high up that, and I'm always a little nervous when the windstorms are really bad because it just sounds like the trees are going to fall on your house and scary.
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying. I think I'd say the same as Mel. I forgot.
The auto-buy.
On the author thing, yeah. I got a copy of Abby Jimenez's first book, The Friend Zone, for Christmas. Can't wait to read it soon. I think I got that one too.
I've heard that one isn't as good, but I have it on my shelves too. I'm going to read it.
Good to know going in. Maybe I should read that one first before reading Part of Your World so that it goes up instead of goes down. Should I block my crush who didn't show up to our hangout or wait until tomorrow or Monday for him to come over?
Block
Say
'em.
wait.
Yeah.
I don't have patience for people if they.
That's I don't know. How much of a crush is he? Like, do you really, really like him? Do you want to hold out and see if he
Does he
has
have a good reason for not coming out?
Yeah. If he just bailed and for no reason,
Yeah.
then block him. But yeah. Trying to get into horror. Any recommendations with an audiobook as well, if possible?
Yes.
Laura?
Laura, that's you.
Okay. There's a book called Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell. It was originally a creepypasta, but he made it a full-on novel. The audiobook is fantastic. It's on Libby up here. It might be where you are. And so it is a guy and his fiance. They go to a cabin in the winter in the mountains, and something outside the cabin is like trying to communicate with them. And while they're sleeping, his fiance sleep talks responses to the thing outside. And it is so good. And the audiobook is great with the voices. And yes, Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell.
It's also on Everand, so I just doubt because I love good audiobooks. So thank you for that recommendation. I've heard of Stolen Tongues. I'm glad to hear your recommendation.
The first chapter hooked me with a stupid parrot. Oh my gosh.
I have to tell Marty about that one because he likes the creepypasta stuff on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that one has a good audiobook.
Funny thing is, I'm pretty into clothes and makeup, so if I'm gonna do it, I go all out. I just never do it anymore. I get you. It's easy to just not. It's easy to just not get all done up. It's fun when you do it, but then it seems like it takes so much effort.
Honestly, it's been a lot easier since COVID too. I think I just got so used to not having to do any of that stuff during COVID that it's just so much easier to not have to.
Agreed.
And
wow, what would our lives be if COVID didn't happen? Like, geez.
Well, I said in January of 2020, I went back to college, finally finished college, got in a big depression after that because I didn't know quite where I wanted to go with it. And I was having a hard time finding work around here. And I had used up all my savings to go back to college. And 2020 January came around and I was like, I finally feel normal again. I feel like I'm getting my life back together. This is going to be my year. It's going to be a good year. I literally said that in January 2020.
No,
that's so
bad.
It would have been good if that hadn't happened.
Dude, Xander. So he wanted to go. He wanted to go to a regular high school because he'd been homeschooled, and he was like, "I want to go to a regular high school." And so I was like, okay. At this point in time, he was going to go into 8th grade, and I was like, all right, you need to go to the middle school, do 8th grade in the middle school. So you get kind of adjusted to how going to regular school would be before the grades really, really matter. And so he could adjust to it. And so he was halfway through 8th grade when COVID hit. And so he went right back to being at home. And then his freshman year started with him at home. And it wasn't until halfway through his freshman year they started doing like some days there and some days back. And so it wasn't until his sophomore year before he could fully go. And by then there was no adjusting, so he did not adjust. So hence him being back to homeschooling because it did not go well. But I blame COVID for that.
Oh, yeah. I hate to do this, friends, but I'm starting to get a little nauseous, so I'm going to have to go. But this has been wonderful. I'm so excited about spring into reading-a-thon. Hopefully I'm not sick.
Hopefully.
Feel better.
Yeah, get some rest, and we'll talk later.
Thank you. This was wonderful, and I'm so excited, and I'm so excited to see you all. This was great. Thank you.
Feel better.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you. All right, good night.
Good night. Let's see. Bethany says, in the apartment where I used to live, the wind would feel crazy in the bedroom. Literally thought I was flying off to Oz a few times. Yeah. That's no fun. My question for Laura. Okay. Which of these 90s horror films would you want to watch, rewatch, or skip? The Silence of the Lambs, Scream, or The Blair Witch Project?
I'm a terrible human being. I've only seen Silence of the Lambs from these, so I would definitely rewatch that. I would like to see Scream, and I would skip Blair Witch. I started the Blair Witch, got I don't know, 10 minutes in and was bored. So
it was terrible. It was a terrible movie. I think for me personally, I would. I can't remember if I'm sure I've watched Silence of the Lambs, but I would watch that, rewatch Scream, and skip the Blair Witch Project because it's terrible. I did watch it all the way through, and it stays boring. It's terrible. Even if it was real, which they kind of tried to make it out like it was still terrible.
There was a movie that was filmed where part of the marketing was it was real, and it's called Cannibal Holocaust. And so they had all the actors like stay home under wraps so that they were missing. And so like people did like wellness checks, like what happened? Like, did this really go down in the movie? And so gosh.
Let's see. Bethany says, depends why he didn't show up. Did he ghost or have a reason?
Mm-hmm.
He's super cute. I'll share to Mel. Okay, I'm gonna grab my phone because I know he sent something. We're gonna show. Should we show this person to the whole internet?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Keep that for Drew and you. We'll just trust your judgment.
Oh, it's probably safe to show. It's a blurry picture of a guy reaching in a trash can.
Did you stalk him and take that picture?
Okay, he's super cute. I'll share to Mel. He told me he was coming over once he's done with work at 2 and never came over. Thank you. We'll start tomorrow, so I won't have nightmares tonight before work starting again tomorrow. About your book recommendation.
Yeah.
I used to wear full makeup every day and wouldn't leave the house without it, even for 5 seconds. And now I'm just like, excuse me, troll face coming through. You do not have a troll face, girl. You are too cute. Like, I don't care.
Drew didn't care. Okay. Well, fine.
What's your most anticipated 2024 release by genre? Fantasy, romance, thriller, horror, etc. I don't know.
I'm looking at my anticipated releases. I'm going to film a video soon.
I've only pre-ordered one so far, and I believe it's called Stitches. It's the new Junji Ito horror manga. But I'm excited for, hopefully we get volume 3 of The Summer Hikaru Died, and hopefully we get volume 2 of #DRCL, Midnight Children. So it's a Dracula retelling.
Yeah. I'm looking to see what I have.
I am excited for a historical fiction. It's called The Women by Kristen Hanna. I actually have it on NetGalley, so I can read it like now, but I have too many other things to read. I'm also interested in it's a lot of romance. Honestly, that's on my list. Like Funny Story by Emily Henry. Oh, the second in the House in the Cerulean Sea is coming out. Did you know that there's a sequel?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that.
Let's see what I have pre-ordered. Then I'm like excited for Silverborn, The Mystery of Morrigan Crow. number 4 in the Nevermore series by Jeffrey Townsend.
Yeah.
If only I had told her. Words. If only I had told her by Laura Nowlin. I think that's a thriller. I also have Crescent City 3 pre-ordered, but I haven't read 2 yet. I also have Visions of Flesh and Blood, a blood and ash / flesh and fire compendium. Words are hard.
Terrible title.
That's pretty much what I have pre-ordered. I'm not like that's when those are ones I pre-ordered a long time ago, and they come out next year. I'm not doing a lot of pre-ordering for this upcoming year because I need to cut back on my books, and I'm also not going to be here. So,
You're going to be like traveling the world.
Yes.
Yeah, when
do you
leave on your first adventure?
Tomorrow.
No.
Here.
On Friday.
Okay.
So on the 12th, we Xander and I are driving down to Jacksonville and meeting my mom, and then we're going on a Bahamas cruise. And when we get back, my mom's going home, and Xander and I are driving down to Cocoa Beach, and I'm going to be getting to hang out with one of my coffee patrons, and then Marty's coming down, and then me and Marty and Xander are going on another Caribbean cruise, and then we come back, and Marty goes home, and then Xander and I continue on down to Miami, and we have a couple of days there, and then we get on another Caribbean cruise, and then we go home. And then 2 weeks later is when we fly to Europe. It's going to be awesome. No, that is when I met him at Subway and we got along so well together. I'm excited for Beast of War by Ayanna Gray, third and final in Beast of Prey trilogy. Also looking forward to Destroy the Day by Bridget Kimmerer. I need to read that series of hers because I loved the other one. I can't think of the name of it. Gosh, what is it? Like the retelling. I'm no help. I hate when my brain just goes, nope.
Bridget. At least you have a brain. Sometimes.
A Curse of Dark and Lonely.
Sometimes I leave my brain on my pillow.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do that too, and then Snicker runs off with it. Excited for the Breakup Tour by Wibroka. Oh yeah, anything by them I like. It's a second chance romance inspired by Taylor Swift. Oh yeah, I need to pre-order that. No, I don't. I don't need to do that. I just said I'm not doing a lot of pre-orders. It's hard. There's so many books coming out. It's so overwhelming for reals. You know me, Drew. I'm refraining from looking at books coming out this year so I don't just pre-order everything. Yes, that's me too.
So I'm doing a low buy year this year. So I'm going to be reading mostly stuff that I already own. Mm-hmm. So hopefully I will read 100 books off of my shelves this coming year.
So, fingers crossed. You can do it.
Good for you. What a challenge.
That's less than 10 a month.
Yeah.
So how many is that a month?
I don't know.
Let's see. 100 divided by 12. You just need to read 8 1/3 books a month on average.
Basically 2 a week.
You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
So
especially if you get some like graphic novels.
Exactly. Here are my stats. Last year in January, I read 22. February I read 3. March I read 0. April I read 1. And then I did 8, 8, 5, 7, 13, 3, 16, 10. So it's like
You just gotta meet in the middle.
Oh, you know what? If you looked at my per month, so in June when we had SeasonAthon Academy, and I read an absurd amount of books. I think it was like 47 books. It also took me like 2 months before I could read like barely anything. So that's probably why you had this big reading month in January, and then it was like before you picked back up.
Started my first ever like reading journal in January. So I was like doing spreads and stuff, and I was super excited, and I just wanted to fill it all out. So I was doing movies that I watched, TV shows I watched, and books that I read.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I went all out. Have you guys read The Class Witch?
Yes. Wait.
Ah.
Maybe? I think so.
So good.
I can't remember. I can never remember. This is why I'm constantly like looking up my stuff when I'm doing my have I read it, and what I'm like, I don't know if I read that. Do I still own it? I don't know. Thank goodness for Goodreads, because I would be lost. I wouldn't have a clue what I have. Actually, I don't have a clue what I have right now because my Goodreads is not caught up. I have this really cool gadget, or I did before we moved, and I still have it. It's just packed somewhere. I haven't found it yet. And it's a scanner, like a barcode scanner.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cool. So like we would when I'd get a haul of books after I'd film it, Marty would sit there and scan the book, and I would sit at Goodreads and like, because you have to like click in the box and then scan. And so he would be where my books are, and he'd scan, and I'd click and scan and click, scan and click. And all my books would get up, put onto Goodreads like that.
You can do that on your phone too.
Yeah, it was a lot. It seemed like a lot easier with
Okay.
with the little scanner thing. I tried it with my phone, and it did not always work properly. It annoyed me. And so we would do that, but since we've lived here, I haven't unpacked it yet. And so every book that I have bought this year, or since October of last year, of 2022, has not been scanned into my Goodreads. So it's very out of date. Same. I'm trying not to buy too much. I already bought 6. But we don't need to talk about that.
I used my Christmas money. I did not use my salary money, so it's okay.
Bookworm math. It's not real money. That's my goal as well. First time trying to read 100.
Same.
My goal actually went way down. I cut my goal in half this year, like for 2024. My goal last year was 120, and I read 170. And this year my goal is just 60, because I'm like, I'm going to be traveling, and I know I'm not going to read as much. Plus, I'm not bringing any physical books with me, except for maybe some travel books, but pretty much not bringing any books with me. And I'm literally just going to be sticking to things I can get on Kindle or audiobooks or whatever.
My goal last year was 100, and I made it to 140, and now my goal this year is 125.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say no to a sugar book daddy.
None of us would.
I've read The Glass Witch. So cute.
Yeah.
I think I have read that. Let me check.
Yeah. I am going to take this opportunity to head out. My in-laws are in town, and I should probably spend some time with them. So what? I know.
You'll be a gracious hostess.
I know. I should be.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Marco. It's been a great month.
Yeah, thank you for joining, and thank you for hosting and for being here and hanging out with us.
You didn't really do much, but it was.
That's okay. I'll keep you in. If you're interested in doing more in the future, I'll keep you on the list, and I'll definitely hit you up. Absolutely. If we get Kristen back with her
Oh,
adult.
for sure.
book.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for that book. Sounds really good.
All
Okay.
right.
Have
Have a good night.
Bye, everyone.
I have not read The Glass Witch. I looked it up. It looks cute though.
Yes, it's a middle grade.
Mel says that she never updates her Goodreads. Hey, my update, what I've read is finally updated for 2023. I in December I went and updated the entire year because I hadn't put anything past my first book of the year into Goodreads. And so I did it all in December. And then I just put in the other day what I read in December. So it's all on there now. I need to do it on a monthly basis. So they make it a lot easier than trying to do it all at once. I read 120 last year. I've put my goal for 150 this year. This could go terribly or be a boss bitch moment. I'm off as well. Need to go do some housework. Have a great weekend. Good luck with your housework.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. How can you do that? I update as I go. I would like to update as I go, but I don't. So I'll update in a vlog. So there's that, yeah. But then I'll just go back and like look at my wrap ups and put it in.
My wallpaper for my desktop or my computer, whatever, is like a vision board for what I want to get done every month. So every month I'll update it, and I put every book that I read that month on it. So I can just scroll through my Canva project with all my wallpapers for the year.
That's pretty good. I like that. I just go back and I'm like, because I film my wrap up vlogs every month. I just go back and watch those and like pause, enter in Goodreads, play, pause, just go through and do it like that. It takes a while, but I don't know. I probably should do it on a monthly basis or so, but I just don't because I'm lazy. I'll admit I'm just lazy, okay? Same, as soon as I finish a book, immediately to Goodreads. I'm like a kid getting a gold star for doing good.
Nice.
Now, my Goodreads goal all year has said, you're behind. You're behind. No books completed. You're behind. You're like 57 books behind. You're 120 books behind. I'm like, I'm not. I just haven't entered it. But at the same time, I'm like, have I reached my goal? I have no idea. Yeah, I did. It's going to be interesting doing my game. I'm going to do a wheel, but I'm going to do like a virtual wheel and stuff. And so, plus all my books that I'm picking are going to be Kindle or audiobook. So it's going to be interesting playing it. And I'm trying to figure out how exactly I'm going to do the prompts because I do have to be able to find these things in, what I can look at online. So it's like, I can't look for anything that has whatever on the spine because I won't have any spines.
Right.
Looking for something with like a particular item on the cover might be a little complicated because I'm, my covers are going to be this big.
Yeah.
So that'll be anybody got prompt ideas for my virtual wheel? Let me know. And then I'm going to have my coffee patrons. They're going to get a wheel. I'm going to put like a couple slices for my coffee patrons on my wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm also going to have a coffee wheel so that each of my coffee patrons is on the wheel. And if one of those slices on my regular wheel comes up, then I go and I spin, and whoever's name it lands on, they pick a book for me.
That's fun.
Yeah, so they'll get to make me read. Who knows what? How do you pick your books?
I am very much a mood reader. So I spent my Christmas money buying the rest of the books in certain series. So I have the complete set now, so I can complete them this year and not be straggling with 2 left and not own them. So, yeah, I don't know. I mostly read horror manga. So I'll be reading Hell's Paradise, Blood on the Tracks, Tokyo Ghoul Re. So that's 13 plus 13 plus 16, I think. So like they're longer series, but I have those, and then I have a bunch of actual prose novels as well on my shelf, staring at me saying, "You haven't read me yet." So I'll probably start going through shelf by shelf and completing the read throughs.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. So
I can't remember when I've gotten to like binge through a series. Like, I can tell you how long it's been since I've done that. But it's nice when you get to like, I've read from one to another and I've gotten to finish it.
exactly.
That's like quite the accomplishment.
Yeah. So I have some omnibus volumes of certain collections and stuff. So it's less books numerically, but like it's still the complete thing. But I'm still counting them as one each. So it's the numbers are a little fudgy, but whatever.
I'm still working on my first book of the month, and we're a week into the month, and it's an audio book too that I'm listening to, so that's really bad, and it's not a long one either. Let's see where I'm at. I think I'm listening to it on Libby. I'm 72% of the way through my very first book. That's just sad.
How many hours is it?
How many hours is it? Does it say? It's about a 6-hour audiobook.
Okay.
And that's at regular speed.
Mm-hmm.
And I listen to it. Right now I've got it at 1.75.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I listen a lot faster than that, but the voices, the accent, whatever is making it you have to go slower. But I'm reading And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. It's taking so long.
See, on Libby right now I've got oh, it's ready. Yay. Everyone in my family has killed someone.
Yeah.
Which I haven't read yet. Burnout. The Secret to Unlocking the Stress Cycle. Love People Use Things. The Book Eaters. And Essentialism.
I have the Book Eaters. I have the physical copy of the Book Eaters.
So I have all of those audiobooks ready to go.
Nice. I only have like the one checked out right now. And I have No Holds. Yeah. I got a bunch of books on like Notify Me. But a lot of them I've actually already read. And some of them I forgot I put on here. Like Die, Snow White, Die, Damn You.
I've never heard of that one.
By Yuri Rezovsky. Hold on, I have to click on it. It's a 2-hour audiobook. What even is that book? I don't even remember that. Hold on. Die, Snow White. Let's see. Ooh. It's got a 2.95 on Goodreads. That doesn't sound good. But it only has 378 ratings. It's Die, Snow White, Die, Damn You, A Very Grim Tale. With the premiere of 2 new film versions of the Snow White tale, Blackstone enters the fray with its own adult, edgy, and not altogether serious, fun cast expose of fairy taledom. At last it can be told, was Snow White really as pure as the driven snow? Did her allegedly wicked stepmother get a bum rap from the Grimm brothers? What went on behind the closed Dutch doors of the dwarf's cottage? How many handsome princes does it take to screw in a light bulb? These and other burning questions may or may not be answered in this new pseudo-gothic audio play that Blackstone commissioned from award-winning author and audio dramatist Yuri Razovsky. Okay. I don't remember adding this at all. But it does sound like something I would. That's funny, though. I really don't remember adding that. What else do I have on here? I have a bunch of stuff on here I don't need that I've already read. Like Find 'Em Where You Left 'Em Dead was one I put on there. Somewhere Only We Know. One Puzzling Afternoon. That Way Madness Lies. I've already read all those. Sky Without Stars. I DNF'd. How Can I Help You? I've already read. I checked out from the library. Dark and Hollow Star. Read. Look Closer. Read. Clockwork Angel. Read forever ago. Let's see. You'll have to go through all the ones you have right now and see what will work. I will spend ages going through books deciding what to read until one finally decides to become the chosen one. It comes out going, I am the one. I've been chosen. Right now I'm listening to the audiobook of Beasts of Ruin by Ayanna Gray, book 2 of the trilogy I talked about earlier.
Nice.
I've read 3 books so far this year. 2 are from the Binds That Tie series. I started them late December, and I only have book 6 left now. I'm obsessed is an understatement.
Nice.
Oh, gosh. I have to read my very next book as soon as I finish this is Howl's Moving Castle.
I read that like 2 months ago.
So Bethany is my book buddy of the month for my coffee patrons, and that was the book that she picked for me that I have to read. And we're also doing a watch party, and we're watching that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're doing that. When are we? I think we're doing that like next weekend, maybe, or this week. Let me look. I can't remember. I have no memory. My memory is gone. Okay, so in 4 days.
The audiobook is on YouTube in pieces, but it's on there. For Howl's Moving Castle.
January 10th is when we're having our movie night. So I have to finish this. I have to finish this so I can start the other one, and I have to finish that before Wednesday. Okay.
I grew up on the movie, and I read the book in middle school, I think. I don't remember. But I'd only read it once, and I read one of the sequels. And so this was the first time reading the book as an adult. It was still fun.
I think I have the sequel as well. Let me see. Howl's Moving Castle.
There's House in Many Ways.
Yeah, I have Castle in the Air.
Yeah.
Which is book 2. So I have book 1 and book 2. I do not have book 3, which is House of Many Ways. So if I really like it, I gotta get to book 3.
There were 2 books that introduced me to fantasy. So it was Howl's Moving Castle and The Two Princesses of Bamar. So like the whole concept of like 7 league boots and stuff like that blew my mind.
I don't really know anything about the book or the movie at all. So I'm going in completely blind. I just know there is a castle with like legs or something.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's
you may recognize Howl's voice.
Oh yeah?
It's Christian Bale.
And hold on. I need to put a face.
He's Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy.
Ah, okay. I'm bad.
He's in The Machinist. He's in...
Yeah.
Was he in
He was in American
The
Psycho.
Prestige? Yeah, he's in American Psycho.
Was he in what?
The Prestige?
Don't know. Let's see. Yes, he was. And he was in Thor, Love and Thunder. And Ford versus Ferrari. There's a whole lot of movies there that I don't know that I've watched any of these movies that he's been in.
I haven't worked on a movie with him in it yet. That would be pretty cool.
I'm almost sure the movie is my most watched movie. My friends used to be genuinely concerned the amount of times they asked what I was doing, and I'd be like watching Howl.
Alice in the Castle and Spirited Away, I think, are my top two favorite Ghibli movies.
Isn't Spirited Away no, that's Kiki's Delivery Service, right? The one that has like the little witch in the cover. Huh?
This one's with the bathhouse. Spirited Away.
Yeah, I've just seen like think it was Kiki's. I haven't actually watched any of them. But I think I've seen like the cover of Kiki's. Isn't like have a little witch on the cover flying on a broom.
Yeah.
Have either of you ladies made your top 10 or favorites of the year for 2023? Because I just filmed mine. Yes, I have. I haven't edited it yet, but I have filmed it. I did that on Wednesday.
I didn't put them in order, but my top reads for 2023 were Stolen Tongues, A Dowry of Blood, The Glass Witch, Tokyo Ghoul, Chainsaw Man, and PTSD Radio.
I'm not sharing what mine are because that's a video. That's going to come out February 1st.
So 3 prose and 3 manga.
I have my entire filming and editing schedule for the entire 2024 planned out.
Nice.
Like this is, we pick a random date in December. Like this is a week in December. These are where I'm filming. These are things I'm editing. These are things that are posting.
Nice.
Every single one. So any extra have to like, yeah, this is this week. Lots of filming.
Mm-hmm.
When we're done tonight, I have to edit. And tomorrow I film a video where my coffee patrons control my life. And then this is next week. A whole bunch of editing. Yeah, tomorrow my they get an exclusive vlog every month, and this month they voted to have them control my life. So
beware.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get.
I also have my top 5 movies that I watched last year.
Oh, nice.
So, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, so good. The technology that they use to make that animated movie blows my mind. Like, so good. And then Barbie.
I have seen that. Love that.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I don't know. I don't even know what movie that is. I don't think I saw trailers for it.
Renfield. Nicolas Cage playing Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
And Akira, which is a old sci-fi anime movie.
Akira,
yeah.
Is that like the battle one? Hold on. Because I feel like I've watched something called Akira before. Maybe not. Was it a 1988 movie?
Yeah.
Okay, not the same movie. Maybe I think I watched a live action, possibly, of something like that.
Was it Alita Battle Angel?
That's it. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. I was going to say my fave Ghibli movies, but I just ended up typing out like 90% of the movies.
Yeah.
I filmed mine on my new camera. Yay.
Nice.
Have either of you done a 24 to read in 24 for YouTube or just for yourself?
Not yet. I need to go over my 23 and 2023 because I failed. I read other things. I watched other things.
Yeah, when y'all see my goals, you'll see how I failed some a lot. A lot of goals. A lot of goals I completely forgot about. Even goals that repeated themselves from years before, I still managed to forget that they were goals.
I read 11 out of 23.
Nice. I did 12 series that I wanted to finish, either read or unhaul.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a list of the 12 that I wanted to do. I did not look at that list. I forgot about that list so quick. I started out the year trying to get things on that list and then totally forgot about it. However, I did actually accomplish the goal, sort of, just not with those books.
Well, there's only 2 books or movies that came out that I didn't watch on my list.
Bethany says, I read like 2 for my 23 and 23. I'm hoping to do better. I mean, it would be hard to not beat that.
I watched 3 of the 9 shows I wanted to watch. I started one, but stopped because it's an adaptation of Junji Ito, and they were doing Tomie, and I haven't read it yet, so I want to read it before I watch those episodes. And then Hell's Paradise, I haven't finished reading it yet, so I want to read it before I watch the adaptation.
There is not necessarily 24. I don't know how many there are, but I do want to get through, whether it's completely reading or DNFing, all the books on my this shelf book. These books will self-destruct shelf. I need to get through those before whenever I film the next thing in August. Because the way I did those, I don't know if you saw this video or not, but so I have my Have I Read It? And this was after having done my Have I Read It for all this time. I looked back on my first year of my Have I Read It and was like, okay, since having done this, here's all the books that came up that I hadn't read in that first year of Have I Read It. Have I read them since then? And it's been another like 3 years. So I've had these books for at least 6 years. And there was a lot that I had not read. And so I'm like, okay, by this time next year, when I get to another year of it, which is in August, if I haven't read these books by then, they've got to go because I've had them for at least 6 years. No, at that point, 7 years. It's time for them to go.
Yeah.
If they're not read by that point, they're just not going to get read. So,
yeah,
those are my priority. I don't know how many. Actually, let me see. Because they're just right over here. I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Bitch. So there's 26 on that shelf. And there's probably a few that are going to have to be read before those can be read too, because for example, I've got books 3 and 4 of The Darkest Minds on that shelf because I read book 1 and then years later I reread book 1 and read book 2, and it's been years since then. I'm gonna have to reread those before reading book 3. So, and there's there's a Holly Black series that I'll have to reread the first book.
Uh-huh.
so that I can read the rest or DNF it. Did either of you watch the One Piece live action? No.
Not yet. I've seen the first 150 episodes of the show, but then I got distracted.
That's a lot of episodes.
It's over 1,000 long.
That's a lot of episodes. Oh my goodness. It's the
I got like
only
a tenth of the way through.
It's the only One Piece I've seen so far, and oh my god, I can't deal with how much I love this show.
I've heard amazing things.
I know nothing about
It's
it.
a pirate show.
You know, I was going to say I'm not really a pirate person, but I'm not sure that's true.
The main character wants to be king of the pirates and find the treasure left by this mythical pirate that has been killed. And so they're out to find the One Piece, the treasure.
Fun.
So they gain crewmates along the way, and it's really fun.
Yeah, it's like as far as movies go, Pirates I've watched. Does Peter Pan count? I think I've maybe watched the whole first Pirates of the Caribbean.
The first one is so good.
I don't know if I don't even know if I've watched the full thing because I might have fallen asleep. I can't remember if I finished it. I don't know that I did actually finish watching it.
I still need to see Our Flag Means Death and Black Sails.
Are those Pirates of the Caribbean movies?
No, they're TV shows.
Oh, okay. I would see how much I know. I've been meaning to start the anime for years, but the 1,000 episodes is so intimidating, right? That's a lot.
Yeah.
Any recommendations for books set during the winter?
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh, Narnia, yes. I love that series.
Stolen Tongues is during the winter. If you want horror.
In Holidays by Christina Lauren. That's very cute. I read that in December. Loved it. 5 stars. Honestly, Mel, I think you'd love the live action. It's hilarious. The budget was insane for it, and it was #1 all over the world and broke records. Wow. Have I not heard of it? Let's see.
I think it's on Netflix.
One Piece. One Piece movie? One Piece live action?
Yeah.
Let's see. One Piece live action. Is it a TV show?
Yes.
Okay. I was looking for a movie. Let's see. Let's click on this. Oh, he's cute.
There it is.
Okay.
The green hair sword guy is my favorite so far.
Green hair sword guy. I didn't see a green hair sword guy in the little tiny clip that it just showed, but this is the guy that I said, oh, he's cute.
That's the main character.
Oh. Yeah, I'd watch it. Who knows? Maybe this will be a movie night thing we watch with the coffee patrons.
It's definitely fantasy. There are some superpowers involved.
You know, just a tiny little clip gave me, what is it? No, not Shadow and Bone. The Lee Bardugo series.
Yeah.
Is it Shadow and Bone?
Yeah.
That
With
had the
TV
show? Yeah.
Yeah.
It gave me those vibes. The creator refused to let anyone do a live action anything for years unless it was done right. It's the biggest manga/anime of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
It's still ongoing. They're still getting more chapters. Like,
it's not the same person that wrote the whole thing, is it?
Uh-huh.
Wow. It's not like it was something that was passed on to somebody else to continue it.
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Because that's a lot. I wonder how long it takes them to write one. So I have written over 1,000.
It started in 1997. The manga did.
I wonder how old the person is. One Piece manga series. By
He's 49.
So if he's 49 now, so he was just in his 20s when he started One Piece.
Yeah.
Early 20s at that. So he was
22.
been like 22, 23 years old. That's wild.
Yeah.
And for it to become so popular. Apparently all 1,000 plus episodes of One Piece can be watched on Disney Plus.
That's where I watch Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War. Oh, so good.
Bleach, that's the manga, right?
It's that one is a sword fighting death gods.
But that's on Disney Plus too?
Mm-hmm. It is now, as of last year.
I think that is one Xander was interested in, or he has watched or something. I'll have to tell him. He likes all the manga and anime stuff. I just, for the most part, never really got into it. Manga because my brain does not want to read that direction. And anime because my brain does not want to read the show. So that's where it usually gets me. Though I did recently get a new manga. I'm going to try it out. I've only read 2 mangas. One I did not like and one I did. So we'll see with the third one which way I lean.
Uh-huh.
Also, the very first one took me forever to read because I was reading back and forth because I would be reading the right direction and then I would forget and I would be turning the page the way you turn a normal page, and then I would reread stuff up and I was like, wait a minute. Got all messed up. The first one I read and didn't like was it's called Wonderland, and it was like based on Alice in Wonderland, sort of, but it was like in Japan, and the main character, she like wakes up this one morning and everybody, herself included, everybody in her town has become really small. And she like, it starts off really just disturbing where she witnesses her pet cat, who is still regular size, shredding apart her parents because they're this big, and the cat attacks. So that was disturbing. And there is an Alice character who's like a knife wielding, non-talking badass that's supposed to save the day or something. I didn't really care for it. And the next one I read, I thought it was about like fairy tale retelling kind of thing because it's called Fairy Tale.
I know that one.
And it was not, but I really, really liked it. I thought it was super cute. And so I was like, okay. The one I have now is actually by Disney, and it's Twisted Wonderland.
Okay.
So I haven't read it yet. Hopefully I like it. Obviously, there's a theme to mine. I like fairy tales and that kind of thing. Though apparently I like fairy tale as well.
It reminded me of one that I read this year called Bibliomania, where it's Alice wakes up in a room and is told you can have any of your desires in this room. So like ice cream falls from the sky, and like you can have anything you want in this room, just don't leave the room. And she has the number of the room on her hand. It's like 431 or something. And the only way to escape the
so
house.
You froze there for a second when you said. You froze there for a second when you said you could have ice cream fall from the ceiling. You just can't leave the room, and then that's where you froze.
So she decides she wants to leave. She wants the real world. And she has the number of her room on the back of her hand. She's in room like 431 or something. So she has to get through all of the rooms to get to room 0 and get out. And it's there is some body horror in there. I was like, huh. It was very good, but it was definitely creepy. There was a twist I did not see coming.
Huh. Maybe I wonder if that's something I could find like at the library or something.
They have not released a physical copy in English yet, so I had to read it online.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm also not like I wouldn't want to spend a lot of money on. I've also done the same thing with graphic novels. I don't buy a lot of graphic novels unless I'm almost certain that I'm going to like them.
Mm-hmm.
So just because I've had a lot of misses, and graphic novels are expensive.
Yeah.
And so
there are some on Libby.
Yeah. So I try to like limit the ones to ones I know that I'm going to like, or I'm able to get them from like Book Outlet or something. So like, I Hate Fairyland is my absolute favorite. Freaking love that series. But I also like Jim and the Holograms and Rainbow Bright. And recently, Cursed Princess Club. That one's cute. It's like a webtoons or something one, or Lamb Cat. Lamb Cat is who it's by, or what it's by. And it's cute. It's like you got these 3 princesses, but one of them pretty much looks like a zombie. She is not the stereotypical princess.
Uh-huh.
And she goes to run away and stumbles upon the Cursed Princess Club. Like there's this estate where all of these other cursed princesses, all the other not typical princesses find themselves, and it's very cute. I mean, I like the cutesy.
Yeah.
Which of these 90s animated superhero series would you want to watch, rewatch, recommend, or skip? Batman. I don't even know what TAS is.
The animated series.
Oh.
It's so good. I own that on disc. I love Batman the animated series.
X-Men, Spider-Man the animated series, or Superman the animated series? This question is 100% for you.
I've only watched Batman the animated series. I would like to try Spider-Man. I've heard X-Men is great. I would probably skip Superman. Now,
Batman the animated series, is this like the OG one?
Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, from the 90s.
No.
I can go get my discs and show you the covers.
Okay. Because I don't think it's the same one I'm thinking of. Batman animated series. There was another one.
This is my Batman box. So I do have the Adam West, Burt Ward one, that live action one. But then the animated series are these.
Yeah, I was like looking at it online. There's another animated one before that, though, right?
I don't know. But there's also random ones like the Batman versus Dracula.
I feel like there was an older one.
Gotham by Gaslight. Assault on Arkham. Batman's my favorite. And then, of course, the Dark Knight trilogy.
I feel like there was maybe it was this one that I remember watching. It just seemed like I was younger when I was watching it. Because I would have been a teenager.
This is 1992.
Yeah. 92 to 95. And I would have been 12 to 15 during that time. So I feel like I was younger than that. But I could be wrong. I was thinking more that it was more lower quality. The one I'm thinking of. They've just released that the anime is being remade before the original anime has even been completed. It's been that long. People are scared he's going to die before it finishes.
Yeah.
Fairy Tail is one of my fave animes, the longest one I've completed. If you want to continue out, I know the first few are on Kindle Unlimited. I was more of a Scooby-Doo and Pokemon girly.
I love Scooby-Doo.
I was a Gem in the Holograms girly, for sure. When was that?
I think that was 80s.
Gem in the Holograms animated series. 85 to 88. Yeah. Wow. See, that's weird because I felt like I was a little older watching that. But I was watching it when it was on TV. And so that's like 5 to 8.
It may have been reruns.
No, I don't think so.
I grew up on DuckTales, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck.
Yes. DuckTales. Woo! We were going to, I think we were going to Marty's parents' house, and Xander was playing this thing that had like a bunch of little short clips from like 90s cartoons, and it was like, can you guess which show from this little bit of the theme song? And DuckTales and that kind of stuff was on there. I wasn't alive when they were on TV.
Same.
Which of these 90s live action kids shows would you want to watch, rewatch, binge, or skip? Are You Afraid of the Dark? Loved that show. Power Rangers?
I was banned from watching it because I would go around the backyard stabbing things. So no Power Rangers for me.
I thought Power Rangers was dumb. Goosebumps.
Gave me nightmares, but I've overcome it.
And all that. So I remember all that. All that was sort of like a little skit comedy type thing. Like Saturday Night Live, but for kids.
Oh.
Kind of thing.
There's also a show called Ghost Writer, where it was kids that would write stories that were scary, and it would like happen. Like it was really fun.
So, okay, I would. All right, I'd want to watch all that because I probably didn't watch all the episodes of that. I'd want to rewatch Goosebumps. I'd want to binge Are You Afraid of the Dark? And I would skip Power Rangers because it was dumb. I'm a widow 98, baby.
90.
Oh, baby. Wow. So Marty and I, Bethany, Marty and I got married February 14th, 1998. Drew's 99, baby. I feel so old. I feel so old. At least I feel like I don't look my age, so that's okay. I feel a little better, but I feel like I'm old now. Thanks, guys. I was 18 then. Actually, when Marty and I got married, I was 17. It was 3 months before I turned 18. You were more than a month later. Oh. Wait. So
March.
in March 14th. Are you in Aries too? That seems fitting. Xander's in Aries. Yeah, now I feel officially very old, so thanks. Thank you all so much.
Mission complete.
Oh, March 9th. You are Pisces. What happened in 99, Mel? Let's see. What happened in 99? Towards the end of 99, I was pregnant with Becca. Because she was born in May of 2000. In 99, I was living in Florida, across the river from the Kennedy Space Center. I was watching shuttles take off and being very poor, very, very poor. We were so stupid poor. We were starving. Oh my goodness. We were young and starving and stupid. Yeah, we were really stupid. We're like, let's I remember one day we were living with Marty's parents at the time, like right after we got married. And because we were kids still. And we decided we were gonna go to Florida, like spur of the moment. We were literally in the bathtub, okay? And I don't know how we got on the topic of going to Florida, but we're like, let's go to Florida. Let's go to Disney. And Marty's like, okay. And I was like, when? He's like, how about now? And so we got out of the tub, and this was like 10 o'clock at night. We got out of the tub. We got on the computer. We found us a hotel. We packed up some stuff, loaded up the car, and drove to Florida right then and there. For one, that was dumb. And then when we got there, we're like, it's so nice. It's so pretty. Let's shop for a house. And we're like, yeah, that didn't work. We found a place, and then we're like, hey, Mom. I called my mom. I was like, hey, I want to get this house. And she's like, no. And so Marty and I were like, well, let's look at apartments then. And so we found an apartment, and we're like, we're going to move here. We're going to move here. And we went back home with our contracts and everything. And then we told my best friend and her husband, and Marty told his best friend that we were moving to Florida. And they are all like, we want to go. And so we're like, okay, well, instead of getting a 1-bedroom apartment, let's get a 2-bedroom. And then Marty's friend was a single dude, so he could just sleep on the couch. And so we're like, okay, we're getting a 2-bedroom. We're all moving to Florida together. Woo! Again, stupid. And so we all did that. We all moved to Florida, and we got a 2-bedroom apartment. The lease was in mine and Marty's name. And a month in, they all bailed. And we only had enough money for our third of everything. And so we paid rent, and that was all. Everything else got shut off. My mom kept having to call. Like, she'd try to call me and couldn't get a hold of me. So she'd have to call the phone company to pay to turn my phone on. Because we had a house phone. She'd have to pay to turn the phone on so that she could call. Eventually, she was like, we were poor all the time. Like, we were super broke, like eating one meal a day kind of thing. We were so poor. And finally my mom, we had gotten a roommate eventually, and she's like, listen, I will pay y'all's half of the rent if you just leave and go back home. Just leave. And so that's what we did for the last couple of months. She paid our half, the roommate stayed, he moved out, and at the end of our lease we went down. Again, we were stupid. We went down and we're like, we got to clean out the apartment, end our lease. And we did that. And then we got in the car and we stopped to get gas before driving back home. And we're like, man, it's so nice here. We turned around, we went back to the apartment and signed a new lease. My mom.
Same building?
Same building.
Oh, no.
And my mom wanted to kill us. This time we did get a 1-bedroom. No, we kept the same apartment, even the 2-bedroom, but we just stayed in the same one and we ended up getting another roommate. But we had no furniture or anything. So it had all been moved. And so we eventually ended up getting more furniture. The apartment let us like clean out other people's apartments when they moved out. And if they left anything, we could have it.
Uh-huh.
And so that's how we kind of furnished that. Then we once again got into the situation of we were bored, like very, very bored. And then I was pregnant. And then the Navy commercial came on and it's like, you can get $50,000 sign-on bonus. Signed up today. So he signed up and that got us out of our lease. And then he was in the Navy.
Ah.
But yeah, we were a lot of stupid. 25 years ago, Columbine, JFK Jr. plane crash. Yeah. The U.S. women's world soccer team won the World Cup. Impeachment of Bill Clinton. Yeah, I remember that. I did not inhale. He also the whole sex thing. Monica Lewinsky. The debuts of The Sopranos, Family Guy, Freaks and Geeks, and SpongeBob. Wow, SpongeBob started then? I didn't know. We were poor. We didn't have TV. My birthday is on June 26th, which makes me a Cancer. I'm a Taurus. Birthday's 2 weeks after his. What's the most shocking true crime story you've ever heard of?
There is the Hannibal Lecter of Australia. She is a piece of work. So her husband was like, if something happens to me, it's her. And he doesn't show up to work. And so they send the cops in to go check out what's going on. And yeah, she skinned him. His skin was hanging from a door. She was cooking him on the stove. And it's like, okay then.
Mel's life has well and truly been a roller coaster. It really, really has.
What's her name?
My life has been ridiculous. Yeah, so I might have to give Xander that name because we did a little series where
Catherine Mary Knight. Sorry, that's her name.
Catherine Mary Knight. Okay. We did a little series with his homeschooling where I let him choose a topic and he got, as long as he was learning about something, cool. And so the topic he chose was serial killers. And so he was doing research on all these different serial killers. And we watched documentaries and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, I'm cool with this. Just promise me you are not like trying to learn how to become a serial killer and you are not going to become a promise me you will not become a serial killer, okay? I was like, you're not doing research for that, all right? Don't murder us. He's like, I won't. Well, I'm going to get going. Hope you have a good night. Good night, Terrell. Thank you for hanging out. Terrell always comes with the good questions. It always makes me think. And then my brain hurts because thinking's hard. I just have to be and not think. You would think I'm actually drinking alcohol, but there's no alcohol in this. See, it says juice cocktail, no alcohol.
Nice.
I would probably be feeling a lot better and wouldn't have this headache if it did have alcohol. Anybody else keeping up with all the Gypsy Rose Blanchard stuff at the moment?
I have no idea what that is.
What is that? That sounds like Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Makes me think of Golden Girls. Definitely not a Golden Girl. What? Oh, so
Pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and served 8 years of a 10-year sentence.
how old is she? She's like, oh, she's 32. Wow. She was chained. Gypsy Rose was chained to bed for 2 weeks following an escape attempt. Wait, what? Girl does not look 32. I was guessing she was a kid at first.
Yeah.
Munchausen. So what did she do?
Did she kill her mom? Yes. Was convicted of second-degree murder after her mother, Claudine Dee Dee Blanchard, was stabbed to death in 2015.
Okay. Oh, she was granted parole in September of 2023. So she's out. That's, I guess, what's going on. Okay. Her mother made her pretend to be sick with a million different things when she was perfectly healthy. She convinced her boyfriend to kill her murder. She just got out. Oh, okay. Have you ever read the book Everything, Everything
No.
by Nicola Yoon? If anybody here, I'm going to put my hand up because there's spoilers for that book. So, there's a thing very similar to that going on in that book. Not the murder part, but the girl lives in literally a bubble. And pretty much if she comes out of this bubble, and she's like cared for by a nurse and all this other stuff. I don't need to have my hand up for this part. Anyway, so she's cared for by a nurse and all this stuff. And if she leaves her bubble, she's like, if people come in contact with her without having gone through this like rigorous step of decontamination and stuff, she could die.
Mm-hmm.
And then she ends up like in a little bit of a romance thing with this boy from like a new boy to the neighborhood or something. And turns out that her mother was lying to her this whole time and all of it's fake. And yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Reminds me of The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, that was a good
with
movie.
The girl. Yeah.
With the girl?
Yeah. The girl in the bed with the VHS tape.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Spoilers.
No, I had to think back. I was trying to think back in the movie because it's been a long time since I watched that. Like I remember the twist of it and everything, but I was just trying to think back of girl with a VHS. And I'm like, okay. Oh me. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah.
This was a much more laid back after hours than had in a minute. Perhaps it was the non-alcohol beverage that made the difference. Yeah, I have. It's like that, but to the extreme torture level. She even numbed her gums to make it seem like she drooled excessively. So doctors took out her salivary gland. So
Oh
I
my
can't.
gosh.
That is crazy. Yeah, the Munchausen's by proxy is what you would call that. That's crazy. I mean, I can get why she might,
Need to get out of that situation.
go to that extreme. I mean, murder bad, but understandable in some circumstances, I guess.
Yeah.
That is wow. There's some crazy people out there. Nom nom nom. What you munching on?
Jelly beans.
Ah, I was guessing M&Ms by the sound. Jelly beans. You look like you have minion jelly beans.
So
Minion colored.
we played a Harry Potter D&D type of thing with my family over Christmas. And those are leftover house points for Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw.
Ah, okay. They got a free house and lots of holidays given to them because of how sick she was. Oh man, that's twisted. People crazy. People real crazy. I mean, I know like my sister. I have two younger sisters. Well, I guess I have three younger sisters, but I grew up with two of them, and the one in the middle, she has four little girls, and her second oldest, her name's Olivia. She had a massive tumor in her head, like literally, like so. Here, let's say, here's the size of brain,
Mm-hmm.
and here is the size of the tumor. Like it took up more than a quarter of her brain.
Wow.
So much that it was like eating through her skull.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody like she's put stuff out there for like people to help with meals or money for whatever, and barely anybody does anything to help them. And that's crazy that yeah, it's just it's ridiculous. That poor baby, she's like 14 now, and she has seizures all the time, and she's had to have brain surgery a few times, and she's got another one coming up next month. My sister, she just sent me a thing a couple of days ago. Said I got a call before church tonight. Olivia's next brain surgery / craniotomy is scheduled for February 8th. They have to be there at 6 a.m.
Oof. That'll be a long day.
Yeah, it's just. Let's see if I have a picture of her scan. Not on there. I'd have to scroll way back in my pictures. But this is her.
Nice.
She is wearing the cap because they had to shave her head right before Christmas. Because they had to do they made her go off of her seizure medicine, and they drilled 6 holes in her head and put rods in, and we're trying to get readings on her seizures and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's very intense.
Yeah. That's it. I feel really bad for her. But it's crazy that people that don't that are doing this kind of thing, are getting all of that when there's people out there that have real issues that don't get help they need.
Yeah.
That's just.
My dog wants to go to bed. Hello, sir.
Is it bedtime?
Hello, my sweet dude.
Hold on, let me take a picture of what's going on. And my chair's at my table right now.
Aw,
Bella's in one chair and Snickers in another.
nice.
He's like, I can fit in the chair, even though he hangs off both sides. He's so cute. And then there's an Einstein back here behind me. Let's see. Where are you, Einstein? He's just, I'm dead to the world.
Nice.
Oh,
Yes.
he's hearing. He heard your dog. Einstein heard. He lifted his head up.
Aw.
Let's see if I can move so you can see him. Oh. There he is. Einstein, you're so sleepy. Do you hear that doggy? Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? He's like, no.
No way, man.
Can I pet that dog? No. He said, no, I'm too tired. None of them are budging. They're all like, it's nighttime. It's time to sleep.
Exactly.
Oh. Well, maybe we should call it a night so your puppers can go to bed. They're good.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you so much for joining. Would you like to participate and co-host again in the future?
Sure.
All right. Well, I will keep you in mind. I'm going to create a little spreadsheet or a list or something to keep up with everybody that's interested in co-hosting, so I can just kind of go through my list here.
Sounds good.
Thank you again for participating and hosting and all that good stuff. And I will let you know. Send me a message to remind me about the book, and
Yes.
I will check upstairs and see if I have 2 copies of that.
Awesome.
And maybe hook you up with one.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. This has been fun, and stay tuned. I'm working already on stuff for the spring round. Fingers crossed. I haven't found an author yet. We're still working on it, but stay tuned with the Twitter, with my channel and all of that good stuff, and you'll see announcements before you know it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye.
Bye.